When it comes down to it, most print-on-demand sellers don't have hours and hours to dedicate to this business. A lot of us are working on this as a side hustle, or we just can dedicate a few hours a week to trying to build something that is going to make us profit month after month. That's why it's so important to make sure you're taking advantage of anything that can save you time and effort when making new products. In this video, I've compiled a list of my very best hacks that are going to save me so much time and help me get on to doing the things that are actually going to move the needle in my business and make me more profit, so I can stop wasting time on the things that aren't helping me make more money. I'm Hannah, and on this channel, I talk about all things print on demand and making passive income. So if that's something you're interested in, I would love it if you'd subscribe down below for new videos every single week. Now let's get into those hacks that can save you hours on your own business. The first thing that I do to save so much time in my own print on demand business is reuse descriptions and bullet points on new products. I'm not gonna lie, writing titles, descriptions, and bullet points, that is typically one of my least favorite things to do in my business. I find that it can get super tedious and just end up taking a lot of time that isn't very exciting. I really do have writing descriptions, titles, and bullets down to a complete science. I can do it relatively quickly, and I actually have a video on exactly how I do that here. But I still find that if I can do anything to shortcut this part of the process, it is going to save me a lot of time. Typically in my own print-on-demand business, I am making products for trends and niches that I find that I think are going to be low competition but high demand. So whenever those products that I've created actually start selling, that has validated that that niche is really good. What I'm going to do is, if I've created maybe a teacher's Valentine's Day shirt and that starts selling, I am going to capitalize on what I've already done to create that, and I'm going to create maybe 10 or 20 or even more designs in that exact same niche. What I will do in this case is I've already put in a lot of time creating the title and description for that product, but if I'm creating a new product that's in the exact same niche or a very similar niche, a lot of times I am just going to copy and paste that bullet point and description into my new product and only have to worry about creating a new title. This saves me so much time. If you're talking about completely different products and niches, this isn't something you're going to want to copy and paste, but if you're creating shirts all in the same genre or niche, there's no reason that you're going to have to reinvent the wheel every single time, especially if that description has been working for you, making sales on that first product. That is a great thing to do to just save extra time in that upload process. The next thing I have utilized and done in my own print-on-demand business, I think has saved me probably the most time out of any of these tips that I'm going to share with you, and that is utilizing pre-made templates to create all of my t-shirt and product designs. Even if you're a very skilled graphic designer or artist, creating an entire shirt or product all the way from scratch is going to take a lot of time. While I do love the design process of making t-shirts and products, in my own business, I found it most time effective to take advantage of so many of the amazing template tools that there are available for print-on-demand sellers. After I've done all the research to find a trending niche or phrase, I am going to typically take that and then go to a place like Kittl or Canva or Placeit and look through their templates to see if there's anything that could go with this sort of phrase or design that I am going for. By using a template, you can go all the way from concept to your completed design in just 5 to 10 minutes typically, because all of the more complex professional looking design features have already been done for you. I will typically put my phrase in, make some changes, change colors, maybe add some new graphics, but that process is so much faster than if I was doing everything from scratch. I could probably make 5 to 10 completely original professional looking designs using templates on these sites in the time that I could probably make one design completely from scratch. That's why I think investing in some kind of design or template tool is really going to be effective, because you can actually get so many more products designed and made, and oftentimes those end up looking so much better than something you tried to come up with yourself, especially if you're not a very skilled designer yet. I'll definitely have all of my favorite design tools linked down below, and I'll also link to some of my tutorials here on how I use them going from concept all the way to a finished product in just a few minutes using some templates. The next thing I do to save so much time in my own print-on-demand business is uploading the same design to many different sites. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you've probably heard me talking about how important it is to have your designs on multiple different platforms to be able to make the most profit very quickly. But not only is this going to help you make more profit, it's actually going to really take advantage of your time. By uploading the same design on multiple different sites, this can actually save you a lot of time too. So when you first think about it, uploading one product to more sites feels like it's going to take more time because yes, you are uploading more places than just one. That really is going to take more time. But when you start to think about it, for that first design, you've already put in so much time researching. You've trademark checked that. You've validated this is a good niche. You've designed the product. You've written a title and description. You've made sure that everything looks correct and is the correct size and dimensions. For that first product, you are going to spend a certain amount of time no matter what. You can't really get around that. But if you take advantage of all of that work that you've already done up front and then put it on several different sites, that is really saving you so much time because you've already invested a lot. And just by taking a few extra minutes to add it to other sites, you are getting more returns for a lot less work. If you aren't already, think about joining a few other print-on-demand platforms. The ones that I consistently upload the same designs to are going to be Merch by Amazon, Etsy integrated with Printify, Redbubble, and TeePublic. Those are all great sites that you could be uploading to, and there's many more besides that. So take advantage of the time that you've already invested and multiply the results and the profit that you could get from it. The next hack that really saves me so much time in my print-on-demand business is something that I briefly mentioned in a previous video, and that is to actually make a list every single day of what you need to get done. This seems very simple on the surface, but I find that I get more uploads and I get more things done a lot faster if at the beginning of my day, I list out exactly what I want to accomplish. Typically, this will look like a checklist of some sort, either in a notebook or on my computer, that I am going to say, I want to create this amount of designs, I want to find this many niches, I want to upload it on these sites, and any of the other tasks I want to accomplish, I will put those as items that I can check off as I go. So this is really going to help me just stay on task. A lot of times I find that it's easy to get very distracted, especially if you're looking up niches or new product ideas. You can spend a lot of time just scrolling and not getting on to the things that you really want to do, which is getting more products uploaded. By having them that I can check off as I go, this just really incentivizes me to actually get things done. And I find that it usually takes me less time and I can get to more things if I've listed them out and prioritized them in my day. If you haven't been making lists about what you want to accomplish each day, I definitely recommend giving it a try and seeing if it is more motivational and just helps you stay on task and get things done in less time. I really think that could definitely help your business. The next hack and thing that I utilize in my business actually goes hand in hand with using those pre-made templates, but it's a little bit different. And that is I download ready-to-use graphics, PNGs to use in all of my print-on-demand products. I love art and drawing and design, but I still take advantage of other people doing all of the work for me and creating these ready-to-use graphics for print on demand that I can simply download and put on a design to make something really quickly. The sites that I typically use are going to be Creative Fabrica, All Sunsets, and All American Graphics when I'm looking for something really specific. Maybe I'm making a St. Patrick's Day farmer's shirt, so I really want to find a great graphic of a tractor with some other additional elements in it. So I'm going to go to some place like All Sunsets and look up tractors and see if I can just download one of those images really quickly instead of trying to come up with something my own or piece together a lot of other elements to create something that's going to work for this shirt. If you're doing a decent amount of t-shirt designing and you want to download several different graphics every single month or week, I definitely recommend going with more of a subscription-based service for getting your graphics, something like Creative Fabrica or All fall sunsets, because I find that that ends up saving me time and money as well. Sometimes when I am looking for something very specific that I'm going to have to pay for each image individually, I find that I spend a lot of time agonizing over, is this actually going to work with my design? Is it actually going to sell? When I have a subscription, I can download several different options, and if one doesn't work, it doesn't even matter. I haven't labored over the process of choosing this. I just downloaded it, and then if it doesn't work, no problem. But if I've paid $2 or $3 for this, I feel kind of bad about not using it in my design ultimately. So definitely, if you're going to be downloading several different images for your print-on-demand business, I would go with something that's more of a one fee per month, and you can just download as much as you want for your commercial purposes. I will definitely have my favorites linked below. The next thing that you definitely need to be doing to be saving a lot of time in your own print-on-demand business is utilizing a research tool to help you come up with niches, phrases, and product ideas. You can spend hours and hours scrolling those front pages of Amazon and Etsy and Redbubble trying to come up with new products and new ideas to target. But at the end of a long session of researching, sometimes you don't even come away with any great ideas. You feel more lost than you were at the beginning, and you've wasted a lot of time. With research being arguably the most important aspect of this business, you want your products to be in the right niches and actually get seen. It's really important to utilize a research tool that is going to help you actually find niches and phrases very fast and present all this data to you in a way that you can quickly read and make a judgment on whether you want to pursue this without having to do a bunch of scrolling and digging through the actual websites themselves. When I learned how to use tools like Merch Informer for Amazon and Sales Samurai for Etsy, I found that I was finding way better niches and phrases so much faster, and those were actually giving me results, as opposed to when I just have spent time scrolling different pages and websites to try to find my own trends. Sometimes I just come away with nothing, or I go for a niche that nobody ends up wanting to buy anyways or is too saturated, which also ends up being a big waste of time. Those are two research tools that I love and use myself. I will have those both linked below. They have kindly also given you guys a discount code for 20% off if you use the coupon code listed below. This next hack is something that I've utilized to be able to get so many designs out of one singular concept or idea, and that is to create scalable designs in my business. Creating scalable designs is one of the best time-saving hacks that so many print-on-demand sellers use. Essentially, you are spending your time creating one singular design. It could say something like world's best bus driver, and then you are simply swapping out that last word for a different occupation. So this could be something like teacher or doctor or coach or baker. The possibilities are really endless, and you can do scalable designs in so many different areas. You could do hobbies, types of dogs, something like world's most adorable Chihuahua or Dalmatian. Scalable designs is something that I love to utilize in my own business because you put in the work once of creating this design that can't even be complex, but then just by swapping out the word, you are in hundreds of different niches. A lot of times what I'm going to do is go to someplace like Google, and I will look up a thing like 100 top college degrees or 100 most popular breeds of dogs, 50 types of nurses. The possibilities are really endless of all the ways that you could take a scalable design. This really helps me utilize my time just putting in the effort one time and then creating hundreds of designs from that one initial design. For another way to save time on researching what are going to be trending phrases and niches for this exact week, subscribe to my newsletter below. Every single Wednesday, I send you 5 of the most popular and trending niches right now so that you can save a little bit of time on researching and start uploading products in those low competition and trending niches. And for even more great niche ideas, make sure you watch this video where I'm sharing some of the hottest niches right now. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.